Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. We are continuing on with our Toadstool Garden DSP. It's the Sale-A-Bration DSP, available at the beginning of January. And for this one, I'm adding the Everyday Greetings, which I love and realized I haven't used yet. So this is a super simple way to do it. Just a soft seafoam card base and then the designer series paper, and you just trim it back and add the greeting. So we're going to step it up a little bit in the card we're doing on the video. I'm going to add a piece under here so that you get like 3 versions of the paper. So I've got a piece of 5 1/4 by 2. I've got a piece of 5 1/4 by 4, and the 2 5/8 is where we're going to line up and do our cut, and we're going to cut in 1.5 inches. So I'll just put in brackets 1.5 inches is our cut. So I'll show you how we do that. I'm just going to pop that up there so you can still see it, but it's out of the way. So let's take our 5 1/4 by 4 and get started. One thing, this is a centering ruler that I used when I was scrapbooking, and it is brilliant. If you don't want to do the fractions, honestly, fractions are not my favorite thing. I can do the basic ones, but when it comes to getting down to 5/8 and things like that, the centering ruler makes it really easy. You just make sure you've got an equal distance on each side of the 0, and you're good to go. And in this case, it is 2 5/8 is our center point. So I'm just going to make a dot right there on the paper. If you don't have a centering ruler, you just need to divide it in half, or you can take your paper and do this. Super simple. Take your paper, crimp it right there. There's your center. It doesn't have to be complicated, and you don't need a bunch of tools. So for all of you who were going, well, I just fold it, that's absolutely perfect. So I've got this with the dot that I made lined up in the trough, and I'm going to bring it down to this line here. So I'm going to cut down to 1.5. So I'm going to stop right there. Okay. So we can move that out of the way now. And now we're going to take these corners and we're going to fold them back. And we're going to make sure we're going to the corner on this end, like that, and then we're just going to use our bone folder and give that a good squash. If you are clever with your paper trimmer, you can line it up and you can score it. I chose just to do it by hand here. So I'm just making sure my corners aligned, giving it a squash, and then using the bone folder to just finish it off. And then I just added a little bit of adhesive just to hold those flaps closed. Just like that. So that's our flaps. You measure into your center point, whether you use the ruler or just fold it, and then you cut in 1.5 inches and fold them back. So I'm going to take my 5 1/4 by 2 piece, and I'm going to add it. I'm keeping an eye on my Stampin' Seal here. I'm about to run out. And we're just going to put it on the outside of the card, not on the inside. We need to put it on the outside. And I'm just going to line it up like I normally would. Give it a push down. Okay. So now we're going to take this piece and we're going to bring it in. And we're going to line it up so that our corners match. There we go. So now we've got paper underneath. So we've got 3 different things going on. I've already stamped the greeting on a soft seafoam piece and cut out with one of the circle, stylish shaped circle dies. And then I took a Melon Mambo, cut it with the next size up, and I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this one. And there we go. I'll just peel those off. And there we go. And I'm going to add this right here. I don't want to put it right here because I'll cover up a lot of that fold. So I'm just going to put it kind of offset in the middle, and that way we still get lots of the effect there. And I took some of the antique pearls and I colored them up with my dark melon mambo blend. And I'm just going to add some bling, and I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to, maybe I'll put one bling here. And should I put one down here or keep them all on here? Maybe I'll keep them all on here. And we'll pop one up there like that. Okay, so those are our 2 cards. This one, super, super simple, really pretty. I like this one. And then this one is a little bit more detailed, a little bit busier with the extra piece of designer series paper in there. So let me know which one you prefer, the super simple one or the more detailed one, and let's create together again soon.